Hi, how are you? I would like to try to make a lesson concerning the division in this piece from Praetorius, this pair couple of Bourre. I think it's a piece perfect for learning to make division. Some division are still written, so we can learn something from what Praetorius wrote. For example, the first two notes is a division. The structure, the base, the original idea we can imagine that was this. So to write instead of B D, B C D is just is still a way of make division. And this is very interesting. For example, between the second and the third bar we have C D E, but so the D is in the middle of a third, C, E, but just after there is another third, E, C. So here surely we can put something, the D, between E and C, and the effect is for example. Another part in which there are these third, then we can put something inside, and it is in the bar, I don't know what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The bar 7 is the bar with 3A. The bar 8, you see Fis, F sharp and D. And after A, F sharp and D. All these notes are at the distance of a third, so you can surely transform a quarter crotchet into quaver, into eighths. F, E, D, and then going from A to D, and then from D to G. Okay, this was just some sample. And for example, in the second bourre, we have this third. It is exactly the same of the beginning. And here. So you can put one note in the middle and this is made at the end of the second bar. And then in the second part of the second bourre, we have a lot of these. D, B, D, B, D, B, D, B, D, C. This was the original. And so you can put but not between D and C. Attention, just the third. And then after C, between C and A. So we can full riempire all the third. First. Second, when we have a dotted quarter, we can make 3/8. But we have to try to make these 3/8 in a different in a different direction of where are going these notes. For example, the first D, dotted D, after the D, the note go down, D, C, B. So instead of D, we can make 3 eighths, D, E, D, C. So the melody is going down, we are going up. Instead of we make okay, and this we can make in the second dotted quarter an A, because the note after is a G. We don't make A, G, A, G. This is boring. We make A, B, A, G. Okay. I will play this piece from the beginning to the end, making division in the dotted quarter and where there is a distance of a third. I will play without reprise from the beginning to the end with this kind of division. I'm sorry, start again. What can we do when we have a repetition of the same note? Of course, we can make division. We can go, for example, first bar, D, D, D. We can make D, E, D or D, C, D. It is better to try to have a variation. So not, this is a little not so various, not so interesting. It's better to go up and down. Because the first two notes are B, C, D, after this D is better to play an E instead of C, because if I play a C, C, D, C, D is better. Also here, I have two G. I can play G, F, in this case F sharp, G, F, G. Okay. And this is the same in the second line. Each time that you have, for example, three notes, the note, I give you the number. 3 times the note number 2, 2, 2, 2, you can play 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, or 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay. Now we will try to play all quarter, eighths. The problem is when there is a big distance between notes. For example, in the bar 7, 8, in the bar 9, there is an octave. In this case, you cannot put the note in the middle. ta 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 ta, because there is too much note between lower D and higher D. You have to decide to make something. I will try. I will try to play this piece all in quaver. Please follow. It's better if you don't count the quarter, but the minima, the half note. Pa pa pam pam pam. So you have 2 beats each bar, and you can follow me better. Haha. Now I am in G, and I have to make a jump from G and C. I cannot put. Okay, I will try. This is the complicated part with an octave. I will start again from the 5th sharp, second part. The same. B, A, G. This we have a fourth between B and F sharp. We have to invent in something. So it's not easy, but it's a very good exercise to try to make all 8s. The problem is not when the notes are near, because we find a solution. The problem is when you have note with bigger distance of a third. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th note doesn't exist, 8th. In this case you have to try to invent it. But if you count the minima, you risk the risk of being lost is lower. Now we can make 16ths semiquaver, and in this case we will not invented something very special. We have to use some pattern. For example, for going to B, from B to D, there is this pattern. And this you can use from going to C to E. If we think with number, and we have to go from the note number 2 to the note number 4, we will play 2, 1, 2, 3. With name of note, going from B to D, we play B, A, B, C. And from going from C to E, C, A, C, D, E. After, and after. There is also the opposite. For going down from A to F, we make A, B, A, G, F. The original, and we make we can use this for note also just with there is a distance of third. For example, in the second bar, B, G, and also in the bar number 4, D, B. And in the second Bourre, if you imagine to use this pattern, ta-ta-ta-ta, or you can make division upon each bar of these eighths. You can make not easy but not impossible. And in the second part you can ever make this 4th 16. There is every the same pattern. After, we are at the beginning in G minor. So this is important to know in which tonality you are and which chord are performed by the other musician in this moment. In the first bar that we have 3 D, 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 we can make a 16th this scale D, C, B, A, G, A, B, C, D. But because the chord is G, B, D, if the chord was D, F sharp, A, you cannot make this 5 note going down, you have to make the 5 note going up. D, E, F sharp, G, A. This is interesting. I'm going from D to B with 8th note, and I use F natural, not F sharp, because it's not a di volta. With F sharp it was too hard. There is some pattern that you can use. For example, if you have some note descending, you can make a jump of third. If you have to make B, A, G, you can make B, D, okay. And also in the second line, when you have this tar, this third, you can make all 16 . You am going from D to F sharp to A. The chord here is D major, D, F sharp and A. So you can make 4 notes melodically without jump, just starting from note from this chord. If you check, is each first note of 4 is not from the chord D, F sharp, A. Okay, and then we have some cadence in this piece, like trill, but we are in Renaissance, late Renaissance music. We have a measured trill, but for don't make this jump, if you try to start first trill with B, you will have jump with C and B. It's better to make an older kind of trill. It is 1/8 and 6/16. And on the end, F sharp. Okay. I will try to make some division in 16ths. Etc. In the division, it's better if you try to start with very simple things and then you make more complicated, more raffinate, and more and more and more, because you cannot start with 16ths. You cannot start with all 8ths. You have to arrive starting from the very simple things and making some changement. For example, a very simple way of make a division is to repeat some note. I'm sorry, it was. You listen, pa pa pa. It's not good, but it's just a way of starting from changing. B, C, D, 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 D. And after, when you are able to make you will see that it's easy to change the second of this new note. Etc. And then to use some pattern. Don't try to making something too various, too unusual. No, division must be not at all unusual. Okay, I hope it's a bit useful. Bye bye.